Hello, my long-lost friends. I've been gone for a while. I know. Personal reasons. Decided to take a little impromptu hiatus. But I'm back now. And we're good. And we're ready to finish out 2018. Today, I don't know how many of you guys have been paying attention, but if you were paying attention over on Instagram, you'll know that I just finished the Wodapalooza team qualifiers. And so I figured I'd do a little recap, talk about how it went, how we feel, what's happening next, etc. So, for those of you that don't know, Wodapalooza is a giant fitness festival that happens in Miami every January. It is akin to the games in that it is a high-level, multi-day global competition. Don't mind the dogs in the background, causing a ruckus as usual. A lot of people say it is like the most fun CrossFit event that happens all year long. I have never been. I almost went last year, ended up not going, and then I was really bummed that I didn't go and wish I did, and whatever. Anyway, so there are individual competitors there, but there are also teams, and the teams they normally do are 3-person same-sex teams. This year they are adding 4-person co-ed teams since they're now a CrossFit sanctioned event, and those teams can qualify for the games, but I believe those teams are invitation only. The online qualifier that happens with teams is the 3-person same-sex teams. So, we tried to qualify a team. Actually, over at Strange, which is the box I go to, we tried to qualify 2 different female teams. One was with Samantha, who you guys all know. She had a team that tried to qualify Elite RX, and then I put together a team for myself, and we tried to qualify Intermediate Scaled. I'll jump right to the good news. Samantha and her team did qualify and will be competing in the RX division, so no matter what, I'll be there cheering them on and supporting them, and they're a bunch of really awesome chicks and really awesome athletes, and so that'll be fun. As for my team, a lot of you guys, not a lot of you guys, but I did get a couple comments that were asking me why I went Intermediate Scaled and that wasn't fair, or I was sandbagging, and if I really did have the goal of going to regionals, I should never be competing in the intermediate division. Anyone who is saying these things to me, I think either overestimates my athletic ability, which thank you, or underestimates Wodapalooza. Wodapalooza is not your local competition in which I, yes, always go RX. Wodapalooza is, like I said, akin to the games. I'm not, like, what? To prove my point, I will recap the qualifier and tell you about how I felt during and kind of what happened. But I'm just gonna straight up tell you the results. We came in 126th out of 418 teams. So if you think I sandbagged in the intermediate division, you are mistaken. We pushed so hard, we did our best, we gave it all we got, we PR'd like crazy, and we're not even in the top 100. Okay, that's what Wodapalooza is like. That's the scale of this competition. So please don't be mad at me for going intermediate, because I still wasn't even good enough for that. Wodapalooza programming is freaking hard, man. They take intermediate and scaled very seriously, and we entered that division to give ourselves the best shot possible in qualifying without sandbagging, and it still didn't happen. So the qualifier, for those of you that don't know, is 10 days long. And I'm only gonna be talking about the team qualifier. I haven't done the individual one, so I don't know all the details, but I have done the team qualifier a couple times, mostly just for fun. This year was the first year I was actually registered. So it's 10 days long on a Friday and a Saturday? I think a Friday and a Saturday. Basically, over the course of 2 days, they release 10 different workouts, and you have 10 days to do those 10 workouts. I know that sounds like a lot, but because you're on a team, we only ended up actually having to do 7 workouts a piece, because there was one workout that like workout 1 was only done by 1 athlete, workout 2 was only done by 1 athlete, and workout 3 was only done by 1 athlete. And so you decide who does which workout. And then workout 6 and 7 were 2 different scores, but like 1 workout. So basically it came down to 7 workouts in 10 days. On top of that, any repeats that you have to do, you know, like the open. And so it's a lot. It is a very stressful 10 days. For those of you that have done the open, the stress is similar, but it's kind of like jam-packed and elevated into 10 days instead of being like spread out and drawn out over 5 weeks. Personally, I prefer it. I rather 1 hell week than like 5 very drawn out, stressful weeks. Especially because the open, it's like only 1 workout a week, but then you repeat the workout and then you're just anticipating the next one, and then you find out what it is and then you do it and then you repeat it, and it's just like, it's like your life is just completely, your life for 5 weeks revolves around the open. Whereas with Wodapalooza, it was just 10 days, which is a long time, but really it's just a little over a week, and it's like, you just zone in, you think about Wodapalooza and nothing else, and then it's over. So it's a little bit more stressful, but only because it's condensed, but I prefer it that way. Anyway, the team qualifier is also really fun because there's, unlike the open where it's kind of like everybody does the same workout and your ranking is where your ranking is, and hopefully you have good enough people on your team to make it. I mean, I guess that's technically how Wodapalooza works too, but there's no like strategy in teams for the open, other than like, hey, let's get the best 4 athletes. Whereas with the Wodapalooza qualifier, like there is strategy. For example, workout number 5 was 3 different girls. So we had to do Karen, Jackie, and Fran. And you pick which athlete on your team does which girl. And so there's more strategy involved. It allows for, sometimes if your teammates have certain weaknesses, you can kind of like brush those under the rug for the qualifier, or avoid having to really struggle through a workout. But also if one of your teammates has some really great strengths, that teammate is able to shine and really come through for the team. And so it is a lot more about teamwork during the qualifier, even before you get to Wodapalooza. And I like that a lot because I'm a team competitor. I've told you guys this before. I'm not really an individual competitor. I like being on a team. I like being part of a team. I like being able to lean on other people and allowing other people to lean on me. It's just more fun for me that way. And so the fact that all of those things still were a part of this online qualifier made it a much richer experience, if you will. But yeah, I mean, it was tough. The workouts really were not that different from the RX Elite division. We had some tough challenges. I was able to hit my snatch at 90% for 5 reps without any misses. That was amazing. It was a really good feeling. You know, we had 3 minutes to find a max 5 rep snatch, but you could drop the bar. So, you know, to be able to hit 90% on that workout was really exciting for me. Really felt like something clicked with my snatch that day, and I'm hoping that it stays with me. I also PR'd my Fran by almost 30 seconds. I ended up getting a 3:30 Fran. My old PR is 3:59. And I went, for those that are going to be curious, fully unbroken except for the round of 15 thrusters, which I broke up 9-6. But everything else was unbroken. My thrusters are just slow because I'm bad at them. Other exciting points, there weren't really. I mean, it just was a lot of stress, but at the end of it, you just feel really accomplished. Like I said, we came in 120, or maybe 124th out of 418. I really can't complain about that, you know. Even though it's intermediate scaled, it's still a really tough division. And we are well into the top half of that. And so, you know, we did our best, and that's all I could really ask for. And that's just kind of where we're at. Now, what happens is this thing called open registration. So for people that went intermediate scaled and did not qualify, because they only qualify, the top 60 teams in the division qualify for the intermediate division in Miami. So then what they do for the scaled division is open registration. So you don't qualify for scaled, but you have to have done the qualifier to be eligible for scaled. So on Friday night, open registration for the scaled division will go live. Anybody that is eligible, which means you did the qualifier and submitted the videos that they required of you, because you have to video all your workouts, you can go in and just register. And it's first come, first serve, first 60 teams to register, then compete in the scale division in Miami. So that's what we're gonna try and do. I hear that it sells out within seconds. So unfortunately, there's really no guarantee. I can't tell you that we're definitely going to register and go, but I can tell you that we are definitely going to try.
Okay, ignore the giant pimple on my chin that I popped, but this video took a little bit longer to upload than I thought it would because reasons and also holidays. So I have some news. We got in! I also look a mess, so ignore that. Friday night open registration was absolute chaos, but by some miracle, we got ourselves a spot in the scale division, and we are going and we are competing in Miami. So we're very excited. Now I'm also a little bit nervous. That's a big stage. Don't want to look like a dum-dum, but mostly excited. So if you guys are going also to come watch or compete, see you there. Very exciting. Can't wait. But that's it. We'll see you at Wodapalooza. Okay, I'm back one more time to say one more thing. So we are incredibly thankful for this opportunity to go and compete in Miami. It is an absolutely incredible opportunity and we're all super stoked. But it is also very expensive. To send a team to compete in Wodapalooza is costing us around $4,000 per team, between the registration fee, the flights, the hotel rooms. And so what we're doing is we are going to sell special edition Strange CrossFit Wodapalooza shirts. These shirts are gonna be pre-order only. The pre-order is gonna last 2 weeks. It's gonna start Friday, December 10th at 8 a.m. and go until the 21st. Every penny that we get from selling these shirts is, Hank's very excited too. Every penny we get from selling these shirts is going to help both of our teams, Samantha's and mine, get to Miami and help fund our trip. So be on the lookout for that pre-order. I am going to post the link over on my Instagram. I'll also post the link below. There's just not going to be anything there for you to buy until Friday morning. So if you want to help us get to Miami and also want a pretty cool shirt in return, we would be forever grateful.
Sorry for the unexpected hiatus on the channel. I really needed to take a step back and deal with some of my own stuff for a while, but I'm back, ready to finish out 2018. Thanks. I forget how to do this. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week.